Hello and welcome to Circulate by CDA with me, Stuart Aldis. Over the last year or so, at different events, I've been doing a lot of talking about the DNA of tomorrow's companies and what tomorrow's companies look like, what they're doing different to existing companies to survive and adapt. And one of the things I talk about is combining online with offline. Now you may think, how do we combine online with offline, especially in the current situation, because seems to have gone online very rapidly over the last 3 weeks or so. So how do we do that? Well, think about what offline traditionally was. If you were marketing to businesses or consumers, what was marketing? Well, you used to have things like exhibitions, networking events, you'd have face-to-face meetings, you'd have various formats, and over the last few weeks what we've seen is a complete shift of those offline conversations but on an online platform. Last week there was a thing in the press where there was a picture of Boris Johnson and his cabinet using a Zoom meeting. So that's an offline conversation combined online using Zoom. And there's ways that companies are evolving and adapting to bring the two together. Now, if you have got people working from home at the moment and remote working, which I'm sure many of you have, it's never been more important to get that offline and online consistency. One thing I'm thinking about here is your brand consistency. Companies work very, very hard to portray their brand and have values to their brand and live those values of the brand. Whilst you're all working, it's very hard to make sure your messaging and your brand assets are consistent. So you might have somebody at home or remote working right now that's doing your social media. You might have somebody else doing your email replies from your support tickets. You might have someone else on the phone. You might have someone else doing email marketing. One thing that's very important is to tie those assets together to make sure you have brand consistency. So one thing you might want to think about is putting together a brand guideline document so that all of your team, all the people that interact with your brand know exactly how the brand should be represented. You might want to take that a step further and have what's called a tone of voice document, where you detail how you should address the client, how you should talk, how your ethos of the business should be portrayed. So think about having a brand guideline and a tone of voice document. Think about other assets as well. Where are your assets saved? Does everybody have them saved locally? Is file sharing a problem for you right now? If it is, just some quick tips. There's some great cloud-based, very easy to use software where you can all collaborate and enjoy files from the same place. And such examples are Dropbox, Office 365 with OneDrive, and there's various other things where you can be collaborative. There's some great team working software available for companies as well. Things like Microsoft Teams, Basecamp, all these collaborative tools where you can all get together and be as one, as if you're still together. So going back to my conversation earlier about online with offline, this is a great opportunity for a lot of businesses to bring that really together. I mentioned in a previous video about my local butcher store. Now they haven't got e-commerce capabilities, but they're combining online with offline right now. People can WhatsApp our local butcher store and then they come and deliver it. Yes, they keep their social distancing, but that's a great way that they've adapted their business to combine online with offline. Think about how you could do the same to keep your businesses going through the current situation. If you'd like any more advice or any help or any tips and tricks, please feel free to contact me or any of the CDA team. Also, you can instant message me. Now, we're just around the corner from a bank holiday weekend, and a very strange bank holiday weekend. So I would like to take this opportunity, if we don't talk beforehand, to wish you a very happy Easter. And as always, please take care of yourself and each other. Thank you for listening.